Today's lesson is going to be all about sentences. But what is a sentence? For that, we need to look at these jumbled words. The first example is milk gives cows, which does not make sense at all. The proper form for this jumbled word is cows give milk, which does make sense. The second example is fly birds in the air, which does not make sense. The correct form is birds fly in the air, which does make sense. The last example is well, very writes she. This does not make sense, but this does. She writes very well. That makes sense. So, the columns in the left do not make sense. These are jumbled words. In the right, these are sentences which do make sense. So we can say that the definition of a sentence is a group of words that make complete sense is called a sentence. A sentence always starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. But then again, you may have a group of words that make sense but not complete sense. For example, at home. You know something is at home but you don't know what and when. In the corner. Just like at home, you know the place but not when and what is in the corner. At 10 o'clock. You know the time but you don't know where and what is at 10 o'clock. In a few days. You just like 10 o'clock, you know the time but not where and what it is. These words that make sense but not complete sense are called phrases. Remember that a sentence has a verb, but a phrase does not. Now moving on to types of sentences. Sentences can make four kinds of things. For example, the first thing a sentence can do is make a statement. For example, the sun rises in the east, or the boy made a noise. So, a sentence that states or declares something is called a declarative sentence. That's one of the four sentences. The second thing a sentence can do is ask a question, as why are you late or did you finish your homework? These are all questions. So, a sentence which asks a question is called an interrogative sentence. The third thing a sentence can do is give an order or make a request, as Bali, shut the door, or please let me work. The first example is an order and the second is a request. So we can say a sentence that expresses a command, a request or a desire is called an imperative sentence. The fourth and last thing a sentence can do is express some strong or sudden feeling, such as how beautiful this rose is, or what a pleasant weather. A sentence that expresses some strong or sudden feeling is called an exclamatory sentence. Here are some pointers. Every sentence begins with a capital letter. A full stop is placed at the end of every declarative or imperative sentence. A question mark is placed at the end of every interrogative sentence. An exclamation mark is placed at the end of every exclamatory sentence. Well, that is it for today.